Hi, my name is Seraphel, and I like to give my dolls new faces inspired by things that I like. Today we're going to be giving a doll a new face. I haven't picked which one yet, but you probably already know from the thumbnail. But we're going to be giving that doll a new face inspired by this Skullpanda The Sounds blind box. So I'm just gonna ramble a bit while I take the time to unbox this, but I am a recovering blind box addict. I wish I could say that was a joke, but it's a little serious. I used to work at a place near a Pop Mart, and whenever I had an awful day at work, I would just go in there and blow money on blind boxes. So my collection used to be huge, but I'm recovering now, and I saw the series and I loved all the designs so much that I was like, you know what, I think I'm allowed to treat myself, and also I think it would be really fun to give a doll a face up based on which one I get. I don't know which one I really want, because I specifically like this one because all of the designs are really cool. Like, obviously I like the really pink ones. I also like the grief and the pensiveness and serenity, but if we're doing like something fun, like makeup wise, then I think the anger or the joy would be, like, especially the joy. The makeup is like this blue, yellow, orange. I think that'd be really cool. Or if I got the secret, that'd be crazy. I've never gotten like a secret before, or I've gotten one once, but that doesn't matter right now. So here we go. Oh my gosh. I haven't opened a Pop Mart blind box in so long. Okay, I'm not gonna look. The bag is so big. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh, she's gorgeous. This one is the Disgust. Okay, Diva. I love her eyeshadow. Hold on. This is definitely something that will be really fun as a makeup look. So gorgeous. So here's the rest of her figure. If I knew how to make outfits, I definitely want to try and like make this cloak. She has like a leg tattoo. Should I do that? And then I assume this magnetizes to her face. Oh yeah, that is so cool. If I knew how to sculpt, I'd want to sculpt something like that too. This thing, I know it's like sound waves, but it looks like barbed wire too. So cool. Here's that dirty little devil that sits on my shoulder every time I get a blind box, being like, oh, but now you need to get more. You have to get more because they're so beautiful. Gosh, let's pick a doll that would suit this. I literally just refilled this box, so you can watch me do that on my last video if that's something you're interested in. I think Cleo would be a little too obvious because she has like a human skin tone, quote unquote human skin tone, and she already has like gold shimmer in her body, but I technically just did a Cleo. Claudine would be an option, but I'm saving her for a different idea, so don't want to do her. Maybe Lagoona? Oh, if I had a platinum blonde Lagoona, actually, I think I do. I don't want to open her. I literally just spent so long opening dolls. I honestly am not in the mood to open more. Also, the whole point of doing all that opening was to get these dolls out of the box first. You can never go wrong with a Dreki Laura face up. I feel like I just did a Draculaura too. Maybe I'll do a Lagoona. Okay, I guess we can open a doll, another one. So in my last video, I mentioned that I wanted a Monster Fest Lagoona. I got a Monster Fest Lagoona. She was finally marked down. I don't know how long she's been marked down, but I finally found her in person with a marked down price. See, the platinum blonde will just work so much better. Oh my god, nasty burger to go with Frankie's nasty hot dog. I had some people say that they liked me rambling in my other videos, so I'm gonna try and incorporate that from now on. And if you don't like it, then I will learn how to timestamp my videos, so you could just skip this and go straight to the repaint if that's what you prefer. Yeah, I had a huge blind box addiction. When I would have a bad day at work, I used to go to this Japanese stationery store where they sold smiski, and I would pick up a smiski every time I had a bad day at work. But eventually I got all the ones I wanted, and I was like, damn, what now? What now? They don't fill the void anymore. And that's when I learned about Pop Mart. My very first Pop Mart series was Azura. I forgot the name of the series. I loved that series so much, and that started my blind box Pop Mart addiction. I tried to only stick with Azura, but the temptation just got to me, and I was like, you know, some people have been saying Skullpanda is really cute. Let me buy a Skullpanda. Slippery slope. Slippery slope. I also got into what's his name? The one that looks like a jelly bean. Pinot jelly? I also liked non-Pop Mart series like Shinwoo the baby ghost bear, and if I were to see like any cute series, I would try and pick that up too. But eventually they just took over my desk, they took over my room, took over my finances. It wasn't healthy. So I took a step back. I recognized my habits, and I decided no more Pop Mart, no more. But unfortunately, the blind box format is really addictive because it's, you know, gambling. So it has sneaked its way into almost everything now. The Chinese blind box BJDs, I like those a lot. I have the Antu ones, but I'm trying to be a lot more conscious of which ones I pick up because I know my habits. And I did buy a brand that I had little to no research about, and I was really disappointed by the quality. So I learned my lesson on BJD blind boxes. I mostly try to stick to Penny's box now. Yeah, now the blind box sort of gimmick is going into doll lines, and you know, I'm aware that it was a thing for LOL Surprise, and it's been going into like the surprise toys too, like the Zuru surprise capsules and stuff. So unfortunately, I don't think this method of marketing, I don't know how to describe it, this method isn't going away anytime soon because it's what brings the money in, and it activates that gambling dopamine. It's so sad to say out loud. I saw Monster High is doing their kind of version of blind box gacha gambling with the potions, and also with the Buried Secrets line where it's like extra super budget. People have thankfully found ways to get around that, but I just think it's so, I feel like the word predatory is a little intense for what I'm trying to say, but I wish there was always a secure method to find out which one you're getting. And if you like the idea of a surprise, then just don't look into it. But if you know there's one that you do really want, then you'll have like a surefire way to get it. But corporations don't care about us. They're just gonna find a way that makes them the most money, and that's what's really sad. She's ready. I can't believe I ended up opening a doll for this, even though the whole point of me refilling my stock box is to use what I had. I couldn't control me getting this one, you know? Okay. I'm gonna mask her off now. She's missing 2 plugs of hair. Damn. I always get overexcited and I mask off the hair before I wipe the face, so I can never wash the acetone off properly. I remembered this time. Bye, Lagoona. Ooh. My favorite thing to call Lagoona is Lagugu, and I stole that from Labubu, the little fuzzy monster thing that is also under Mart. I don't know, I just felt the need to say that. Let you know that you are free to call her Lagugu as well. I will not hold it against you. /J. Okay, I think that's everything. I hope that's everything. Okay, warm soapy water time, and then I will mask off her hair off camera because you probably don't care about that anyways. See you later! After I masked off her hair, I gave her 2 starting layers of Mr. Super Clear and waited 30 minutes in between each coat. Keeping the figure nearby for reference, I then started on my sketch. I don't usually do side glances because I feel like mine always come out a little bit wonky, but I decided to stay true to the figure and give Lagoona one as well. Here I'm holding my pencil horizontally across her face just to make sure her features are relatively even. I do have a problem where I nitpick how wonky my faces are, but at the end of the day, as long as it's not glaringly different, I don't mind. Honestly, if the factory machines can barely get the faces symmetrical sometimes, why should I flog myself, you know? With the sketch done, I can now go into line and add my base colors. It's finally time for pastels, and I'll admit I had a lot of trouble this time around. The figure itself looks like it has a smoky, warm, brown colored eyeshadow, but the red tone completely disappeared on Lagoona. To compensate, I used a magenta to try and get some of that warmth back. I used some yellow on her inner eyelids to act as a base for the cold shimmer later. To get the gradient lip effect, I put down what I felt was a good base lip color before concentrating a warm brown in her lip crease. I sealed in this layer with MSC only to find out that I didn't clean up her blush very well. While you watch me lay down my second layer of color in the background, I'll ramble a bit about her blush. So the blush on the figure is almost the same muted dried rose color as her eyeshadow, but I could not get that to work on Lagoona for the life of me. She just looked bruised, unfortunately. I took off her blush like 3 times before I settled on giving her a subtle, natural flush. I'm a bit mad at myself for not cleaning up the brown enough and leaving a shadow on her face, but I'll get over it eventually. I didn't have a gray dark enough for her pupils, so I used pastels instead. I think it also helped emulate the same gradient effect in the eyes that the figure had. Finally, I added shimmer in her inner eyelids and across her cheeks. Because MSC eats the shine on shimmer, I'll do another layer of this after this layer of MSC. I reached my desired opacity on this third layer of color. With all that done, I can now add her mole and paint the little star on her forehead using a silver acrylic. Now that she's done, she gets 2 final layers of MSC. I didn't record it, but I also gave her lips, pupils, and the star on her forehead a layer of gloss. At this point, I was honestly quite happy with where this face-up was going. I'm always waiting with anticipation to take down the hair, and usually seeing everything all together gets the gears turning in my head for different hairstyles and outfits. But I took down her hair, and I didn't like her at all. I tried giving her the benefit of the doubt at first. The next day I gave her a boil wash, and I still didn't know how to feel. Her eyes just looked so off to me, but I try to brush it off because Lagoona is a fish after all. I sketched on a pair of catch lights and liked her better, and my friend Kat suggested adding some silver to the crease in her eyes. It definitely added some needed contrast in my opinion. With the mock-up looking better and nothing else to lose, I went back and added the adjustments. Safe to say I like her a whole lot better now. Here's the final look for my Skullpanda inspired Lagoona. Unfortunately, I'm no seamstress, so I just dressed her back up in a few of her monster ball pieces. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave any questions, comments, or critiques for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!